I mean, it was so humiliating. And then, like, my dad was just sitting there and he just had his head down. And in that moment, I didn't feel like that was my dad. Like, that was the head of our household. I felt like my dad was nothing. They demoted him down to nothing, being in that room, asking his daughter those questions, and him just sitting right there and allowing it.
Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now today, I just wanted to give a little update to follow up on my Ostracized by JW Elders, Sexualized at 16. It's named something like that, okay? I talked to my JW dad, y'all, and I remember how I was telling him, telling y'all how my dad, the entire time we're in that back room and I'm having to confess to these elders as a minor child, he just has his head down, okay? With his eyes closed. And I was saying that in that moment, I didn't feel like he was my dad. I felt like he had been demoted down to nothing. I didn't feel like he was the head of his household. Well, in that moment, my dad he wasn't my dad. My dad was not even there, okay? My dad had zoned out when he had his head down, obviously. Because when I tell him about this and remind him of this and mention to him that I have this story up on YouTube about how this played out, his response is, when I tell him that you were there and you let these elders ask me these inappropriate sexual questions as a minor child, his response is, I wasn't there. You wasn't there? You was there. You was there, man. Daddy, you was there. Like, my daddy said he wasn't there, y'all. The cognitive dissonance is real, okay? It's real. He said he was not there. Now, my dad, he used to, he had his own little bus line. And so he would be traveling a lot with his little, bus company. He would be doing little tours. He actually used to be the driver when we would drive down to Daytona, which is only about an hour and some change from my hometown. When we would drive down there for the assemblies, he actually would take us on his bus. So he was going a lot, just having different little trips he would have to go on and stuff like that. So I guess I can see why, he thinks it is easy for him to just be like, I wasn't there, because, he's thinking maybe I was on one of my little trips that I usually be going on. But nah, you was there. When the acts happened, when I actually lost my virginity, no, you weren't there, okay? But when it came time for me to talk to the elders, you were there. You were there, and you let them ask your daughter, your minor child, all of these things. And his response when I tell him about it to this day, 16 years later, 17 years later, is that he wasn't there. He wasn't there. And, maybe he wants to feel like he wasn't there because that's so horrible for a parent to have let their child have to speak on their intimate experience with some older, nasty men. For what? So it makes him feel better to imagine that he wasn't there. So basically, I'll never get an apology from my parents for allowing something so horrific to happen to me, for making me go in front of these older men as a minor child and tell them about my intimate experience that I had with someone else that was a minor, okay? And I'll never get an apology for that. My parents would never say, I'm sorry. We shouldn't have made you do that. That was wrong of us. I'll never get that, I don't think. Because, I'll never get it from my mom because she believes that she did the right thing. Her response, because I have mentioned it to her before. And her response is, girl, please, you dedicated your life to Jehovah. Okay, first of all, I was a kid and I did not dedicate my life to Jehovah. I dedicated my life to an organization that thinks that they're Jehovah. Okay? I didn't dedicate my life to Jehovah. I dedicated my life to a cult. A man-made cult with some destructive policies and rules out there that is ruining families, ruining lives every day. Okay? That's what I did. But my mom, she's never going to come out and apologize because she believes that she did the right thing. My dad is never going to apologize because he believes he wasn't there. He wasn't there, y'all. So I'll never get an apology from either of my parents because one of them believed they did the right thing. And it was me that dedicated my life to Jehovah, so I should have known better. You should have known, girl. You should have known. Y'all right here getting baptized. You can't be getting baptized and then go and commit these sins, y'all. Okay? You dedicated your life to Jehovah. So if you get this for listening, you can't talk to your family. Ain't nobody fault but yours. Okay? You dedicated your life to Jehovah. You already know Jehovah don't play that. Jehovah don't play that, and he will kick you out his organization. And, okay, you're not going to be able to talk to your family, period, right? So that's what I got to be stuck with. And then my daddy, that's just a whole different story. Like, this dude said he was not there. And, he actually told me this a while back. Not a while back, but a few months ago when I was telling him about my video. But I actually was talking to him again yesterday. And I brought it up again. And I was, I was bringing up the fact that he said that he only remember being there. And I kind of wanted to make a video about that. But I, was hesitant. But now that I done told him I might make a video about it, I mean, I guess they don't really be watching them or nothing like that. Anyway, he sounded to be surprised that I keep going with my videos. So yeah, and it's very therapeutic and healing for me. And I know that I'm helping other people out there with their healing. And yeah, I'm just, it's needed. It's another one of those videos. It's needed. And I guess I feel bad because, the little relationship that I keep with my dad, I don't want to lose that over trying to tell a story on YouTube, But at the same time, I need to get this out. The fact that I've gotten everything out that I have is so therapeutic and healing for me. Like, I need this. I need this platform, and I need to share my voice and the trauma that I went through, the trauma that this cult caused me. Other people need to know that, it's not them. It's not them. It's not just you. You're not the only one that's feeling like this, had doubts, wanted to get out. You're not crazy. Like, I have to put my story out there. So, that's all I got to say for now, guys. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And I'll be back with more videos.